All right, let's get into it. It is time to heal your heart. It is time. And I know you may be asking, how do I do that? So there are three things that I want to focus on today. Number one, when you're healing your heart, you've got to acknowledge the pain. Because if you don't have pain, if there's nothing hurting or broken or anything like that, no healing is necessary. To acknowledge your pain. Number two, what I need you to do is start your healing journey. And number three, right? Number three is for you to see yourself healed. See yourself healed already. So when you acknowledge your pain, you're not saying that you're not ignoring it. Acknowledging your pain doesn't make you weak. As a matter of fact, it opens door for your healing. It opens door for you to ask for help. It opens door for you to recognize that something needs to change. It is crucial that we make sure that we acknowledge our pain. We eventually have to give our pain a different name. We have to reframe it. And I'll share some of that a little bit as we go. Because as I went through the pain of my divorce, I had to give it a different name. You may be going through a different kind of pain. And first you got to give it a name, right? By the time you acknowledge what it is, then you're able to devise steps and strategies around it. Hey, Mac Patty, reframe the pain. Indeed, indeed. So on the second step that you have to start your healing journey. How do I start my healing journey, Sheila? I'm so glad you asked. So several things you have to do. You have to invest in yourself. You have to do self-care. You've got to do your self-care. You've got to talk to yourself well. You have to minimize those negative self-talk that's showing up in your mind. They will always come, but you've got to find a way to minimize them. You've also got to grant yourself self-compassion. You got to forgive yourself. You got to let go of the things you should have done and you didn't do, and the coulda, shoulda, wouldas. You got to let those go. That's how you're going to be able to heal. And it's so important that you recognize that the pain you're in now is not going to last. Nothing lasts forever. Joy is possible. Fulfillment is possible. Peace is possible. But you first have to acknowledge your pain. And remember, pain is your teacher. You may not believe me, but believe me, I had to learn that. Because when pain happens, it's saying something needs to be changed, something needs to be fixed, something needs to be addressed. It's so important that we acknowledge the pain, especially when we need to heal our heart. And once you're healed, you can use the failures to move forward. What I say about that is failing forward. You're not dismissing what you've been through. You're owning it. You're taking responsibility for your portion, and you're granting yourself self-love, self-compassion. You're getting the help that you need. You're raising your hand and asking for help. If it means you have to go through therapy, do that. Once you go through your therapy sessions and you're done and you need strategies, if you're not getting it in that space, you can engage a coach like myself. And what I will do coming alongside is helping you see how to reframe your situation. What are some things you can do to give it a different name to help you manage the pain, help you alleviate the pain over time? And to see yourself heal. To see yourself heal is so critical. Start to sit down and have a reflection time and see yourself on the other side of where you are. Use your imagination, visualize. What will that look like? How would I feel? What would I be doing differently? How am I showing up? Look at all the pitfalls and the detours that you went through in the painful process and see what are some things I can change. So in the reframing process, this is what I did when I went through my divorce. And if you're going through one, have been through one, and you're struggling, feel free to take the steps in the reframing process and apply it, or find your own, feel free. So for the D, I told myself I had to develop my skills, I had to develop myself, I had to become more decisive. Develop and be decisive. The I remind myself that I had to keep my integrity. Whatever that looks like, I had to make sure I'm not just pointing fingers, but I'm keeping my integrity, y'all. And the O reminded me I had to overcome and I had to stay optimistic. Once I start my healing journey, I knew that I had to overcome the pain. And the R is for resilience. It reminded me to bounce back better. It didn't happen all at once, y'all. It didn't. No. There were a lot of fumbles and mumbles, but it happened. Over time, it happened. And the C reminded me to be courageous, y'all. I had to do it scared. Whatever the things that I had to do, right? It may mean going out on another date. If you are, you're now healed, or you're going through the healing process and you want to take a step to get out there. It may mean going on an app and letting folks know that you're available. It may mean going to different events so that you can, start making small talk. But make sure you're healed first before you start doing those things. Your healing is so critical to the fulfillment and the joy that you want to experience in your heart, in your life, in your relationship, in your work, and in every area of your life. And I haven't forgotten the E. The E told me that I had to evolve, y'all. I had to evolve. And I had to boost my energy. I had to find place to, replenish my energy and decide where I get my energy from. So as I reframed the pain that I went through, it helped me to get over the hump. And I had to do it day by day by day. I didn't do it in one sitting. It takes time, y'all. And forgiving myself was a critical thing that I had to do. I had to have compassion with me. It's so important that we acknowledge our pain. You have to acknowledge your pain. It's so important that we start our healing journey. We have to start our healing journey and to see ourselves heal. When you see it, you can become it. So see that thing you want in your life. It may not be a heart issue for you. Maybe something else. See yourself already there. Practice the talk that you're going to have when you get there. What you're going to do. How you're going to become that person. Keep in mind that you becoming takes practice. I am your coach. I am your sister. I would love for you to share with me how you are healing your heart and how you are moving forward, how you're failing forward, how you're handling the challenges in your life. Have a great day and may God bless you. I hope this has served you, and do let me know how you're doing or what are some things that we can continue to touch upon. Bye-bye.